Welcome. This is a Carsinia demonstration for our email management and webmail. For this purpose, we're going to be going to the administration panel first. When you log into Carsinia, you can manage your email by going to admin panel and clicking on emails. You can create users, and after you create users in the system, you probably want to go to the emails to actually create an email for those users if you actually host your email with us. So let's, as you can see, there are three different types of emails here. We can add a mailbox, which is a regular email. Add a forwarding email, which when emails come to this particular mail address, they're going to be forwarded to wherever you would like them to. Or you can add a picture box, which we will be explaining a little bit. So let's try to add a mailbox here. I'm going to be adding an email for Tony, and you can enter any password that you may want. You can ask that user what password they would want for their email, or you can have them enter it, and we can enter their name. And as you can see, now Tony's account is created under carsiniademo.com, our demo dealer domain. So well, once we create this mailbox, you can see that there are a few options. You can change their password and their name from here. You can rename the email, although usually this is not used frequently. Once you put an email, you don't really need to rename it much. Now, the spam settings, this basically determines what our spam filter is going to be doing when it gets a new email in this mailbox. You can set the spam protection to high, medium, or low, which means when the emails come, there's a scoring system. We basically score how likely it is to be perceived as spam, and if we think that it is a spam email, then we mark it with in the subject line with this prefix. So you can change this prefix. You can say you know anything that you may want here, or you can just simply delete it if you don't want to see anything. So based on the score, if it's beyond a certain score, then we basically put this prefix here. But if you would like higher spam protection, that means the bar gets lower. So certain emails that normally would not be marked as spam, if you set it to high, they're going to start being marked as spam. The whitelist, this is basically a comma separated field where you can say emails coming from these email addresses are definitely not spam, and the spam filter will leave them alone and not perceive them as spam. And the blacklist is again, emails coming from these addresses are definitely spam, so they will be marked as spam. So for now, let's just leave them as is, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about it when we get to the webmail as well. So OOO, this is basically out of office. So if you're out of the office for whatever reason, you can check this box and enter a subject and email text, and if we receive any emails to this particular mailbox while during the time that you're out of office, we're going to be automatically responding back with this text saying that whatever you may choose here, I'm out of office right now, and contact so and so for any emergency requests. You can delete the email, or this quota option basically appears only if you're the administrator. And in this case, we basically do not have a quota for this particular email. But for the new emails, the default quota is 100 megabytes. It's not a whole lot, but we can certainly increase that number based on your requests. So let's try to add a forwarding address. As you can see, there's no sales address here. Most dealerships want to enter a sales email, and I want this to forward to Tony at CarsiniaDemo.com. By the way, you can enter anything that you would want here. Let's say if you're using your Yahoo email or Gmail on a regular basis, you can add a sales address to your dealership domain and forward to your Yahoo account. So in this case, we added the sales forwarding address, and if we edit it, we can see that it's pointing to Tony at CarsiniaDemo.com. Now, before we go to the webmail, let me talk a little bit about the picture box. So if you click on Add Picture Box, this is basically used for uploading pictures for vehicles automatically. So if you're actually hosting your email with us and you create a picture box, um, this is used for sending, and you know, let's say you have an iPad or iPhone. From those iOS devices, it's not possible right now to upload pictures to Carsinia because they don't support file uploads from the browser. So in those cases, you can take the pictures and basically send an email to this picture box, picture email box, and write the ID of the vehicle and send the pictures, and those pictures will automatically be associated with that particular email, with that particular vehicle. Um, you know, having the dealer management system integrated with the email has certain advantages, and obviously this is one of them. And in the future, we're thinking about adding more specialized mailbox addresses that can do automatic lead generation or similar things. Okay, so let's try to go and log into our new webmail address that we created. So you can do that by clicking on webmail over here, and let's enter the email address. Tony at CarsiniaDemo.com is the full email is the username basically, and the password is basically whatever you entered before when you were creating the email. Now this is our webmail view. When you log in, you can if you want to send a new message, you can do it from here. You can get mail. This is basically send and receive equivalent in Outlook, and refreshing the email. Uh, this is the login screen. In the options, you can set options for different areas of the webmail. You can update your full name, your from address, whatever it may be. You can set your identity. You can create a new one, and you can. I think this is the authentication and time zone, date, categories, labels, display, login tasks, remote servers. You can add other servers. Um, you know, the rich text editor option. This is basically for preparing the emails when you're writing the emails. SyncML. It is a pretty comprehensive application, uh, the webmail system. So I'm not going to go to detail in every single one of them. Otherwise, it can take an hour. But feel free to experiment with all these options, and you know, you can ask us any questions that you may have. There's a little address book application over here. You can, you know, these are the options for the address book, how it's going to be displayed, and the calendar, user interface default calendar. So if you click on here, for example, these are the calendars. You can create multiple calendars, and you can add an event over here, for example, test event, and you can see that it shows up over here, and you can send certain invites and whatnot. But for now, we're going to be going to our regular webmail, and you can manage the options for that as well. If we go to the mail, this is the personal information, login tasks, message viewing, how it's going to be viewed, um, and filters, mobile mail, mail, notes, tasks. So in this case, right now, obviously, we don't have any emails. These are the different tabs. You can click on address book and add a new contact if you would like to do so, or you can come here as well. And filters, these are used for filtering your emails based on certain rules that you may want to create. So you can add certain addresses to the whitelist and then filter the emails based on that. The calendar, as we mentioned before. So let's try to send an email to this new email address. Actually, better yet, we can log in as one of the accounts here. Let's try to log in as Chris at carsiniademo.com and send an email to sales at carsiniademo.com and see if it's going to be delivered to Tony at carsiniademo.com. Alright, so we're going to be logging as Chris at carsiniademo.com, and we're going to be sending a new message to sales at carsiniademo.com. Test email, test sales inquiry. And we sent it, and the sent folder was created automatically. And I can see my sent emails over here. These are since this is a previously existing email, it has some emails in there. But let's log in as Tony now. And see if we got the email. And there we go. Chris at carsiniademo.com sent an email to sales at carsiniademo.com, obviously, but it came to Tony because this would be our new salesperson. Now we can view this email. There are certain things that you can do over here. Obviously, you can reply back to this email. You can forward it. These are standard things. Or you can mark this spam or innocent. Now, what these do is when you click on spam, you basically tell the spam filter that if this message was not marked as spam, you're basically saying, telling the spam filter, hey, check out the contents of this email, and I'm telling you it's spam. So mark similar emails in the future as spam, and when they come, they will be marked with the prefix that we just saw, which would be spam. Or if it's marked spam as wrongfully, then you can say this is not spam, it's innocent, so don't do anything about it. You can delete emails. Now the webmail system is a little bit different from the perspective from the regular other email clients. After deleting it, you need to purge the deleted emails. And as we mentioned before, you can mark it as read, mark as new. You can filter using the filters that you set up in the filter section, and you can undelete instead of purging it. And in this case, we're going to be purging it, and now the email's gone. The other things that you can do here, you can enter tasks, to organize your to-do list, whatever it may be. You can enter notes. So test note, you can enter whatever here, and you can put it under different categories, and then you can come back and edit it. And one nice thing about this utility is that you can actually save it as PDF, and it will show up as PDF if you want to send a quick PDF a document to somebody. This is a nice way of doing it. Other than that, we can now check out the spam filters over here, and I would like to show how the email system looks like when you receive a spam email. So for that purpose, let's log in as carsiniademo.com. chris@carciniademo.com. And this is an existing email box, and as you can see, there are multiple emails, and these are all spam emails, and this is what it looks like when it gets marked as spam. Now you can obviously this doesn't help much once you see this as spam, but you can create new folders over here. Let's say the spam folder, and then you can actually move it over here to whatever you may want. Now we can actually create another folder. If you create it with like the uppercase SPAM, then it marks it as a special spam folder, and then you can move the spam automatically over there. Now let's go to Carsinia right now, and this is our main website, and this area, the support area, is basically for any frequently asked questions that you may have. Under internet marketing, there is the email setup. Now if you want to use external email clients like your phone, your iPhone, Android phone, BlackBerry, or Outlook, these are the instructions for setting up your email in those mail clients. And for example, for Outlook, you can actually say whenever you receive an email with the spam prefix like this, automatically move it to the spam folder. So basically, with this way, if you trust that you're never going to be getting, if you trust the system is always marking the spam emails correctly as spam, then you don't even have to see them. They will automatically be moved to the spam folder. But usually, we recommend that you check out every email that's coming out, because you never know. There may be a lead there that's incorrectly marked as spam, and you don't want to lose those leads. And that's about it. Thank you for watching our video, and contact us with any questions.